All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Christian Sports Corner. Real quick, man. Hope everybody's having a great Monday, man. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. Real quick, man. Let's talk about it. The Toronto Raptors versus the Charlotte Hornets. First of all, before we do that, man, let's say thank everybody that came to the live stream, both on Facebook and YouTube. Thank everybody that was live with me today, man. We had some fun, chopped it up, talked about some things, talked about some of everything, honestly. And it was fun, man. So thank you, everybody. And also, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Go check out the podcast, man. Check out that podcast channel. I'm trying to grow that to reach 1,000 subs. So make sure you guys go over there and check that out, man. A lot of great content over there. All right, so the Charlotte Hornets versus the Toronto Raptors. Tonight they were led by Pascal Siakam, 10 of 16, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 of 5 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and as I put out early, was this week the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. And Pascal's just in his bag right now, but it's efficient. It's not forced. You know, you're not seeing 20, 30, 20, yeah, but 30 shots to get to a certain number. He's playing well. He's playing within his team. He's been a leader. And he's making sure that everybody's involved. You know, he's taking the challenge. I think that he's really found himself. This is the Pascal Siakam everyone been waiting to see. And it's not a high number. Let's score a million points. It's playing within the offense and just playing in a way that benefits the Raptors. And the Raptors right now get this win number 6. They're rolling. You know, I think they're gonna go into this All-Star break on fire. Competitive with any team in the East. And gonna be arguably one of the best teams in the East. Now, and everybody want to talk about trade deadline and the things. And we talked about that a lot tonight in the live stream. The trade deadline, I got them wanting a center. I really want them to get a center because I think it just make life a lot easier, especially on guys like Steady Freddy to come in that lane, give them that alley-oop option, which is making the lane a lot more open, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do at the trade deadline, and they could not do nothing. Shout out to I forgot the name of the person that came in live. Thank you, but they were saying the Raptors are young. They don't need to do nothing. You know, no need to be impatient. And I agree. I think it was Brittany. I think that was the name. I agree because they don't need to do anything. Because they got such a young team. But I also feel like if you feel like there's a chance that you can get the win this year, like I'm just saying, if you see that, then you go all in. That's now that's a long way. That's a lot. But if you feel like there's a chance to get that chip this year, then from my perspective, in my opinion, you go all the way in, man. Gary Trent Jr. tonight, 8 of 16, 4 of 9 from the three-point line, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 24 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Hats off to Gary Trent Jr. Another great night, and I'm listening. I say this so much, so you know what I'm about to say. Eventually, y'all, they're gonna start putting him in that defensive player conversation. It's time. It's time to start putting him in that conversation. Steady Freddy, 7 of 14, 6 of 11 from 3, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 20 points, 1 steal. For Steady Freddy, as well as a block. So shout out to Steady Freddy. He has some timely shots. Like, he's a shooter. And shooters shoot. And no matter, and somebody pointed this out in the live as well, no matter when, how his game is, if he's up, if he's down, he's not afraid to take that shot. Shout out to Steady Freddy, man. Scotty Barnes, who was plagued by foul trouble tonight, he had he was 4 of 9, 1 of 2 from 3, 6 of, I thought he had more than 1 3 tonight, though. Watching that game, I thought I seen at least 2. I could be wrong, but that's what the stats say. He had a total of 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal, 15 points. OG had 8 of 18, 2 of 7 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 20 points. Boucher, 8 points tonight, 3 of 5. Precious, 5 points. So all in all, man, you know how to route the ball. they pretty much don't have a second unit, and when we talked about that is a little bit as well. I feel like Flynn and Fee and Wananobi, like those guys could be some solid bench players. I don't know what Nick Nurse is not seeing, and like they say they're too soft or whatever comments were made. That was a while back apparently. But whatever comments were made about that second unit, they got to get some production out of the bench. And some people are opposite of me on that. They feel like, you know, they don't need a center. They need some bench. I can't argue with that because they definitely need some bench play. And it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out, especially with the trade deadline. Because, you know, after the trade deadline, what you got, unless you can find something on the buyout market. But they definitely need some bench play. Because I know I said this in a video, and I apologize, guys, but I don't know how much you're going to continue to be getting 40 minutes out of starters night in and night out. I think that could become troublesome down the stretch. But we'll see how all of that goes, man. The Charlotte Hornets, man, 25 points for Bridges. He was 8 of 17, 2 of 7 from the three-point line, 7 of 7 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a great game. LaMelo Ball, 5 of 19, 1 of 6 from 1 of 6 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. I felt like they started to pester him, and I felt like there was time when he really got frustrated. Frustrated with refs and calls, and frustrated, just from the Raptors defense. But 15 points nonetheless. Terry Rozier, 8 of 19, 4 of 11 from 3. 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 20 points. Terry Rozier to me is one of those players that came over that you thought it was gonna be a struggle for him at first, but once they got, some players like a Ball and a Bridges, that he was gonna really help take this team to the next level. And in some games where he do look like that guy, and in some games he can really be quiet. Oubre gave you 17 off the bench. Washington gave you 15. I mean, all in all, Charlotte hung in there, man. You got to give them credit for the fight and the drive that they shown. It's easy to quit because Toronto was up by like 24 at one point early in this game, and it's easy to be like, hey man, they got us. Especially when you're struggling the way they've been struggling. It's easy to be like, all right, whatever. But they didn't, man. They stayed in the game. They fought. So credit to them. They got the thing down to, I think, within 4 or 5. One of those. And hats off to the Raptors for tightening it back up, getting back focused, putting their foot back on the gas. And I honestly think they play better when the pressure is on. So I felt like them needing that pressure a little bit was really important. So anyway, congratulations to Raptor Nation and Toronto Raptors on getting the win. That's win number 6. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, man, you guys be great.